Hey everybody, it's your girl Deanna with You Got This Sis, and we're here for another episode. Today, I'm blessed to have my sister, Tonia Washington Adeyemi, and she's going to be talking to us about mental health and self-care. So let me tell y'all a little bit about my sister. Tonia Washington Adeyemi was born and raised in Seattle and a proud Garfield High School alumni. After graduating from Bellevue College, she pursued a BA in Comparative Women's Studies at Spelman College and took the opportunity to study abroad in Ghana. After taking a gap year with City Years, she moved to New York to pursue a master's degree in counseling, mental health, and wellness. Tonia has worked for multiple community-based agencies and served as a parent-child home advisor, a women's advocate for those experiencing homelessness, a care navigator for a substance abuse treatment program, mental health counselor, agency and outreach-based, and currently a lead care counselor for an employee assistance program. Tonia will celebrate her 1-year wedding anniversary in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Time's flying.
I know.
Yep. Lord, this time last year we were busy, okay?
What was that?
In her spare time, she enjoys taking nature walks and taking pictures of trees and flowers, talking to God and reading devotionals, making earrings, watching Disney movies, and holiday dinners with family. Her motto in life is, "You are unique and special. Fill your own cup, sis." Okay? Welcome, sister.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, to the You Got This Sis podcast.
Thank you. It's awesome.
And it's such a blessing to have, my sister, a family member here, to share a little bit about mental health and filling your own cup and what that looks like.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And this is good too because just by us talking about mental health and wellness, we're breaking barriers, breaking down the stigma of mental health, and normalizing the conversation so people just feel comfortable about mental health.
Yes, yes. So we're going to dive right on in and just feel free to speak up.
Okay.
We ain't got no microphones yet. Okay. So sis, can you tell us a little about your personal experience with mental health and how it has impacted your life?
Yes, absolutely. My journey started as a child. So when mom put us in counseling, when dad got sick, she put us in grief bereavement type counseling for children and families.
I remember.
Okay, and that was the start to me just getting familiar with mental health, processing my feelings, getting comfortable with just what grief is, what that meant as a child, to understand that. And so that was my introduction. And I thank mom, to this day for putting us in that group therapy type setting. So, from then on and just throughout my life, I would get more comfortable with what mental health is, and the place that it had in my life. And then also just learning more about it and getting more schooling, and things like that, and becoming a mental health counselor. So that was my introduction of that experience.
Yeah, I guess, I didn't really think about that, how we were exposed at a young age to mental health support, to counseling. So
yes, we were.
Oftentimes people, they don't want to seek help when they need it, but I guess that does make it comfortable for us to, I need to talk to somebody. So, but we had that experience at an early age when we lost our father. So,
right. So grateful for that.
Yeah. What are some common misconceptions about mental health that you would like to address today?
Oh, I think there's a lot of misconceptions. I think one is that people may think that there are no therapists, providers, and I'll use that interchangeably, of color, right? People who look like us, who can help us, right, and identify with our racial, cultural, ethnic background. I think that's a big misconception today. When I have clients call in seeking counseling services, that is a big request Do you have someone who looks like me?
Right.
Who can help me, how I talk, how I'm living my life? Because it's very big in the therapeutic relationship, right, to have that. Not saying that someone who doesn't look like you can't help you, but it does help.
It helps a lot.
It helps a lot. Like, we have a connection, an experience, a bond. Right. That's flowing. So I think that is a misconception. And also, I think people think that mental health is for someone who has like a major psychotic type break in reality, and it's not. Anyone can benefit.
Anyone can.
Right?
Yeah.
So, it doesn't matter like the level of your mental health and what's going on. Anyone can seek.
Everybody needs someone to talk to at some point
Yes.
in their life.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what advice would you give someone who's struggling with their mental health, but they may be a little hesitant to ask for help?
I would say a good place to start is talking to your primary care physician. Talk to your doctor about what's going on, and they can help guide you in that conversation and provide a referral to mental health services. Talking to a friend, a family member, about what's going on, but just talking and voicing, right, what's happening.
I think, sometimes people, they may not have that friend or family member to talk to. And so I've always encouraged, just in my previous jobs doing outreach work, do you have a primary care provider? Like, that is so important because they can connect you to so many other resources. You may not want to talk to your friend, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, but hopefully you'll find a primary care provider that you can talk to, and they can refer you to some mental health services.
Absolutely.
How do you think we can better address the issue of mental health in the workplace for those in high stress or demanding jobs? Because my last job that laid me off, stressed me out. During and after. I'm in a better place now, right? I have you. I have sister friends I can talk to. I have God. I have my church family. I have a support system. But even with all that, I still had to set up some appointments with a therapist because I needed some guidance. So, but them jobs, they can rock us.
Yes, they can.
We spend so much time at work. We spend more time at work than we do with our family sometimes. So, how would you address the issue of mental health in the workplace for those in high stress or demanding jobs?
And I would just say a job, period, right?
Yes.
But what I would say is you have PTO to use. And so why not utilize those hours that have been accruing for so long? It's yours to use. Tap into that and use it however you want to.
Right.
So that is a good place to start. In addition to that, almost every employer has an EAP program. So the Employee Assistance Program. There are free counseling sessions available through that benefit. So tap into that as well.
Right? Employee Assistance Programs.
Yes.
Tap into that.
Talk with your HR department about that, but there should be an EAP benefit available. And so counseling sessions for you. So that's a great way to address mental health, cater to your self-care as well. But just use your PTO.
And one thing I've also learned is if the job, we have to be responsible, right? We can't just quit our day jobs. But when it's time to start looking for another job, you got to know when to go.
That's a good point too. Are they valuing you?
Are they valuing you
on the job?
Yeah.
Do they have any type of mental health, self-care type of programs that are implemented within the job?
Right.
Are they encouraging you to take PTO?
Right.
Right? Because you're kind of a worker bee. Just gonna work until whenever. But you have to advocate for yourself on the job. So that is a good point. There could be a point where it's like, well, I think my time here has come to an end, and I'm bouncing out.
Deuces.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. Okay, that's good to know that that's okay to move on.
It is.
If they do not have a EAP, Employee Assistance Program, if they are not letting you take your PTO, you can move on.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
We can't be getting stressed and sick at these jobs because it can do that to you.
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, sis, how do you think spirituality or religion can intersect
Yes.
with mental health? I'm reading my notes, y'all. Can't read my own handwriting. So how do you think spirituality or religion can intersect with mental health and well-being?
I think it does in a few ways. First, just speaking from, as a mental health counselor, it might be present within therapy. If religion and spirituality is important for the client, then it's going to show up and present. And so as the therapist provider, you need to be aware of that and have some basic understanding of why this is important to your client.
Right.
Because obviously they're utilizing that, in their daily life for self-care, for healing and things like that. So it's important to them. So that's the way that it does show up.
Okay.
And I will also say, we attend worship service, weekly. And so our church and the church family is very healing for us. And so that's very beneficial in your mental health and wellness. Yes. So that's how it kind of shows up, I believe.
Yeah. I have to come to church every Sunday and any other chance I can get because I don't know where I would be. The way these weeks be going, and God is good, don't get me wrong, but so much going on in the world. So for, I know me, our family, coming to worship service is very important for our mental health.
It is.
Yeah.
It's uplifting, right? The church is like a hospital. You get recharged, revitalized for the week.
So how do you think we can promote self-care and prioritize mental health in our daily lives?
I think a good place to start is just small and simple. If you go online and you look up self-care domains and things like that, you might find maybe 8 areas or so. So kind of hone in, bring it in. If you're just getting started with self-care, I would recommend starting with the mind, the body, and spirit, looking at those areas to address. Something you can do is journaling. So doing like a free write type of activity, brainstorming of just what self-care looks like in your life, how it can be beneficial for you, just to get started.
Right.
And then just speaking for myself, I do like to journal. I like to take nature walks. I like to have tea. And speaking of tea, yes, my motto, right, fill your own cup. You have to fill your own cup before you can help other people out. You have to be whole within yourself. So what I like to visualize is actually pouring water into the cup to get started. Oh, we do have water. How nice. So let's pour some water into the cup. And that can represent, let's just say, taking a walk for the day. Okay. And then we're going to add to it, right? So we have our tea bag. So we're going to add, thank you. We're going to add our tea bag. And that can just represent journaling. Okay. I'm going to journal for the day. And lastly, I want to add some honey to my cup of self-care. I'm going to add the honey in there, just a little bit of honey. And that can represent for me prayer and meditation with God and reading my devotionals. So now my cup is full. So I am uplifted. I have energy. I'm happy. I'm doing well with my work day. I'm moving and grooving. But guess what? I'm drinking my tea.
She's filled her cup.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's great. But eventually you're going to drink it all. So you're going to be depleted. Now I'm down. Now I don't have as much energy. I'm irritated and things like that. I have to refill my cup. I have to replenish the cup, refresh the cup. So it's constant self-care. That's daily self-care. So I just wanted to give a visual representation of what self-care is. So it's ongoing.
It's more than one step.
It is.
And it's okay to refill your cup.
It is. Yeah. Please do that
Seriously.
all the time. Thank you. So, you know, a place to start is just to start and to make it a priority in your life. Yes, that's what I would recommend.
Well, thank you so much, sis, for sharing a little bit about self-care, mental health, filling your cup. That is so important that we remember to fill our cups. And there's steps to it. It's not an overnight process, right?
Right.
Yeah. And utilize our community resources, utilize our family, our friends. There's people out there who love you. There's somebody out there. And if not, there's me. You can call me. You'll follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is YouGotThisSis10, and you can find the link to my YouTube, and you can also subscribe to the You Got This Sis YouTube channel, and that's why we're here. You Got This Sis is here to encourage sisters in all aspects of life. So as we continue on, we're going to talk about mental health more and more. We'll just have more sisters here just to talk. That's all I want to do, is be of a support for my sisters, because sometimes you may feel like you don't have anyone, but maybe you can come across this YouTube video and you'll see there's sisters out here who are here to offer support and love. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram. You Got This Sis 10, the number 10. And I also want to give a shout out to my homegirl Jessica with Eternal Health Beauty Bar. Her Instagram is eternalhealth_beauty bar. She has a lot of natural products that she offers. Sea moss soaps, shampoos. I mean, self-care is what you put into your body. So I also want to give a shout out to my friend Jessica with Eternal Health Beauty Bar. Her Instagram again is eternalhealth_beauty bar. And I also would like to present my sister with some You Got This Sis merch.
Ew.
I'm so thankful she is here today. I'm so thankful you're my sister.
Yay.
Who just happens to be in the mental health field. How beneficial is that to me? Okay. So thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Mama, because you had her and I got her too. Okay.
That's right.
And I am my sister's keeper. And don't mess with my sister. We got a problem. Okay. I'll forget real quick that I go to church on Sundays. But anyway, I want to present you with this You Got This Sis shirt, Tonia.
Yeah, that's so nice. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Let's hold it up. And these will be available for purchase pretty soon here, so stay tuned. And yeah, and the mug is yours to enjoy as well. They're not just for decorations. Let's see. Can you see the mug? Bam. Bam. You got this, sis. Okay.
Yes,
so when
do.
you're filling your cup, you can get got this sis mug too to fill your cup. Okay, sisters.
Don't you want the cup?
Don't you want the cup? Well, I want to thank you so much for being here today, sister.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, and I hope you all enjoyed today. And thank you.
Thank you.